So I wanted to make a video on why it was important for me to see that, to have that insight that what I was experiencing and what people were calling possession. Having that insight that it could be the ego was really important. Just seeing that it could be, or noticing how it was actually repressed parts of the self that were traumatized, that were arising in these ways, that were really scary and extreme, intense, and were like creating panic in the body. Just having that insight was so fucking helpful, because it allowed me to actually do shadow work and go back, in my childhood, and really see, what was there and what really needed my attention. Without having that insight, I probably would have continued to believe that it was possession, and continued to seek out people to, I don't know, I had a person who did spiritual exorcism or something like that, shamanic healing, and it didn't help. It did the opposite. It put my body in a worse place, and I just kept getting worse and worse. So I was like, I'm not going to do any of that anymore. It didn't help at all. It actually had the obverse effect. It's like my body was just so against anything, that it actually made my body be in more of a crisis state and more incapacitated. So it was like, all right, my body doesn't want anything forced on it. This energy healing stuff is not working. So it was just very much what you would say self-guided, but it arose on its own. So it's like the body did its own healing. Everything was allowed to just come up and be felt, be expressed. Even resistance, nothing wrong with that. And since there was that more and more openness that just happened on its own, there was finally the full expression of all of these traumas, and the full seeing of how they had manifested throughout these past 2.5 years, and how much they had actually been the ones that were damaging the body, the parts of the self that were actually working against the body, and manifesting as all these supernatural phenomena. So yeah, I hope this is helpful.